It's really important to see these kids grow across a season, and we're going to see that growth happen before our very eyes. So You Think You Can Dance is basically about a fish out of water. We take great dancers in their own area and we throw them out of the goldfish bowl and let them flap around in areas that they have never worked in before.
We take different dancers every week with different styles, and then they have just kind of a few hours to learn these different routines. That's one element of it. And then the other massive element is they have to connect with the people that are sitting on the sofa at home.
If you're a hip-hop dancer, you may have to do a quick step. If you're quick step, you may have to do ballet. If you're ballet, you may have to do Tahitian. You have no idea what we're going to ask of you.
It isn't just a dancing program. It's a character-building program. The dancers are the ones that create the magic for this series, not the format. It's the talent.
These kids only have a short few hours to produce work at a professional level in front of millions of viewers and in front of some very serious critics as well.
Tango, foxtrot, quick step,
No! I'm exhausted just listening to you.
When this show was suggested to me that we should do an American Idol for dance, I said at that point, I don't think anyone's going to be interested in it. And to find ourselves in season 10, well, I'm thrilled, not just for myself, but for America, because these dancers just get better and better.
When I'm being a real super nerd, because I actually love what I do, so I remember the one time I went home, I'd seen Twitch and Pasha do Misty Blue, and I went home, had a glass of wine and watched it 5 times over. That's just nerd, isn't it?
Keon and Eliana are America's favourite dancers. Let's hear it for them.
I love the fact that it feels to me anyway as though the American dream is alive and kicking, and we're celebrating that fact. You can be any race, religion, colour, creed, come from any background. If you have a talent and you're passionate about it and you're prepared to work hard, you can be anything you want to be.
The 10th season. I can't believe it. Oh my God, I'm filled with excitement. Number one, I am just as excited as the very first show because it's a whole new cast of characters each year, which keep it so fresh.
I'm very passionate about the shows, but I try and be impassionate when it comes to judging. As far as I'm concerned, I shouldn't really show too much emotion, especially when everyone around me is crying.
This show is a roller coaster for the contestants, and it's a roller coaster for me too. From the start of it, you're wondering how they're gonna do. They do amazingly, then the next week they may drop down. There may be somebody that I think is gonna win this show, and all of a sudden, they're getting ready to go home.
You always hope that a show is going to be successful and people are going to connect with the show and you, but you never know. They might not have understood me, they might think I'm bonkers and British, I don't know, but for whatever reason it seems to be working. And so it's incredible. It's because of all the people that watch the show and are incredibly passionate about it that we're still here and still going.
I think the most important thing I've learned over the 10 seasons is the strength of the human spirit. That these kids push themselves beyond boundaries that they didn't even know they had. I think America has been touched by the spirit that emanates from So You Think You Can Dance. It is an emotional experience that can be transferred through a television set to an audience. I know we entertain, but to give that emotion across through a television screen into somebody's front room is just remarkable.